All right, we're going to start with the guy who's been left off Team Canada's roster, Marty St. Louis. Now, Patrick Marleau kind of fit that spot in the final one or two roster positions left. Do you guys feel that Steve Yzerman made a big mistake not putting in Marty St. Louis? And considering how, if you were, in St. Louis' case, insulted, came back and started scoring galore. I think he put up 6 or 7 points or so in that time span since they announced it. So would you take offense, even if your own GM said, I'm sorry, but we're not putting you on the national team?
I mean, you have to salute what Marty St. Louis done without Stamkos in the lineup. I thought he was getting lots of room because of Stamkos. Stamkos goes out of the lineup. Marty St. Louis still plays tremendous. Bottom line, though, a mid to late 30s, 5'8", 175-pound, 160-pound guy.
But is having essentially
is he one of the best
possibly
12 forwards in Canada? That would be a sad statement on this country.
Well, statistically, he is.
Yeah, no, he's not. He
This
is
year
not
he
one
is
of the
in
best
NHL.
12.
Well, he is
forwards
in the NHL, and that's got to count for
by
something.
points alone.
But the thing is, yes, points matter, though. Especially when you're going to be on a bigger ice, a guy like him who's still got some wheels, he's still got that skill set and that skill level, he would be essentially that guy that you want on the ice. Would you not?
Nope.
No, okay.
No.
You know what? Yes and no, but I say
Over Patrick Marleau?
Yeah, I like Patrick Marleau's size. He's strong on the puck. Cycling on him, once they go down low. You ever watch San Jose play? It's like men against boys when they cycle down low. Like you can't get the puck off their boards, off their hands when they're cycling down low on the boards. And Marty St. Louis, small, skilled, bigger ice surface, but you know, he is up in age. And the thing is, if you look at Steve Yzerman making this decision, it could go either way for Stevie. Stevie could look at this and say, this could really help me for the Tampa Bay Lightning going ahead for the rest of the season, because this guy's going to have something to prove for the rest of the season, or he would want out. Be that upset with Stevie.
And he's not going to have an Olympic hangover.
To be fair, for Steve Yzerman, he didn't really factor into the decision because he knew there was a bit of a conflict of interest. It's still tough ground because he is essentially your boy. He's a guy who's really helped your franchise, really keeping your job alive and safe because he is putting up points and giving you W's.
Well, make no mistake, Moses, Steve Yzerman's job was never at risk in Tampa Bay. Steve Yzerman, as a legend, he is not going to get fired from a position. Marty St. Louis has made his franchise successful this year, no question.
But it'll make you
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you're a small, skilled forward and you were trying out for the Canadian Olympic team, you should think about golf and follow Graham DeLatte. There is not too many small, skilled forwards on that team. And you might say Sidney Crosby, but take a look at Sidney. He ain't small.
No, he's not.
No.
Patrice Bergeron was another guy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
there just
of small
isn't too many small, skilled forwards that got picked for the team. They decided on a style. They decided on a style of play, and their coach and their team decided we're going to play a certain way.
The only thing matters, I guess, is the fact that they come home with gold. Then this doesn't matter. Our topic is irrelevant.
And that's why you look forward and say, you know, let's get behind the team that was selected. None of us can do anything about the guys that
I want to get to another topic
about
about irrelevancy and, of course, the media side of it. It's the Hall of Fame voting for Cooperstown. You had 3 guys who are well-deserving of making it, but this got overshadowed. Of course, the 3 I'm talking about is Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Frank Thomas. Without a doubt, you think of those guys, you think Hall of Famers, 100%. Then you have other guys like Craig Biggio, a solid player, 3,000 hit guy who essentially changed the position of second base, was one of the best second basemen out there in the game, missed out on the Hall by 2 votes. There were a lot of reporters who left their ballots blank because they felt nobody deserved it, even Greg Maddux. They left him off the ballot. Dan Le Batard, a gentleman for ESPN, or at least done work for ESPN, is banned because he actually went to Deadspin, told the fans, hey, you know what, you vote who you want in, and they actually put in a respectable bid. Is this unfair by Major League Baseball, or at least the writers, to be given this chance to say you're in, you're out? Should it be the actual Hall of Fame that makes that decision?
You know what? I think it should be the Hall of Fame. As much as the writers determine that, I think when it comes right down to it, I think it's the Hall of Fame. And not saying that there's some pretty questionable decisions in the Hall of Fame right now, and questionable characters in the Hall of Fame. Ty Cobb leads the way. Probably the worst human being that you could ever meet.
Ty Cobb makes it, but a guy like Pete Rose, who makes a mistake,
exactly.
admits it, but it's not admitted.
And exactly. Ty Cobb, terrible person, hell of a ball player, one of the best ball players of all time. Pete Rose, yeah, he made just some decisions that were probably interfered with him getting in the Hall of Fame, but at the same time should be in the Hall of Fame.
Anybody, anytime you let some of this stuff go on, like not voting when you have a vote, talking about it, making light of it, I think it cheapens the Hall. I think the sanctity of the Hall of Fame should be held by the Hall of Fame. They should establish the criteria. There should be a very sound set of criteria that they use and debate when they make their selections. We shouldn't cheapen the Hall of Fame. There's too many people in there we should respect in all sports Hall of Fames.
Even the PED era.
Yep.
There, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds.
You bet.
Bonds hasn't been tried or hasn't been proven that he's taken anything, but yet there's still that stigma.
But you just have to look at numbers, and that's the thing. With all these ball players, whether or not he took or not took, and whether he gambled or not gambled, just take a look at him as a ball player.
Their body of work.
Judge him as a ball player first and a person second. And if you judge him as a ball player first, a lot of those guys will be in.
All right, guys. When we come back, we're going to have over-under, and can Jeff Mulligan, I guess, repeat, because you won the last time you were here, correct?
Sure.
All right. We'll come back and tell you more coming up.